Hey guys, welcome back. It's me Bruce with another episode of High Voltage, and today I got a few Taskforce Operation replays for you. And let's start with the first one. It was the second last operation we did, Bottleneck. And let's start with my attack first, because I really want to show it to you, because it really demonstrates an approach that I really like and use lately a lot. So let's go, view battle. It was Borderline, the 99 force point version. I'm not really sure what the boost was, but anyway, yeah. The thing is, I didn't use barrages, I didn't use artillery shells, I just landed my troops and I spread them out in the beginning in a wide line. And then I just worked with shocks, and I shocked the mortars, because when the heavies are moving, a few Sukas might get picked up. And there was also a medkit necessary very early on. But the thing is that that attack really demonstrates is that if you spread out Hooka, they're almost unstoppable. It's total devastation. They are ripping it apart. They're wrecking the map. You know, they're walking through it, cutting through butter, like, you know, cruising through. It's really insane, that damage. And it's basically 48 Sukas or 47, because I don't have my landing crafts maxed out yet. In any way, it's like 47 or 45 Sukas, and they're maxed out. So they're, I think, around 440 DPS. And on top of that, there are my magma statues. So there's really a lot of damage, at least 700 DPS unboosted per Suka. And this times 45 adds up to a total insane amount of damage. And as you can see, Borderline goes down super easy. I used only one flare to relocate. And besides that, I think 3 medkits and only shocks. And it worked very well. And I think I could have gone even more frontal on it. But anyway, worked very well, and it did go down. And I can only say it again, spreading out Hooka is really effective, because the splash damage gets more, you know, there's not so much splash damage on the heavies, because they're more spread out. The Sukas, they move, shoot and move again, and the times where they don't shoot are very short, actually. So there's not a lot of, you know, walking time. And instead there's a lot of time where the Sukas deal out damage, and this is really effective. And this way you can actually maximize the effectiveness of your shocks. And yeah, anyway, I'm working on that and trying to get better and better to come in an angle that spreads out the troops by themselves and stuff like that. And yeah, then we had a really nice attack on Dredge. I want to show that to you too. And Dredge, it is not the most difficult map, but it causes a few problems. And first, one of our warrior players, the Bitsky, cleared the shock launchers and the boom mines, which is necessary, because otherwise it gets really difficult. But yeah, the thing with Dredge is, if you smoke your troops into the corner, since the Scorcher update, the pathfinding of the troops is not as good as it was before. And you usually get the problem that the troops are spreading out too much when they walk. And so oftentimes a few troops get picked up, and it is not that easy to fully cover them with the smokes. And yeah, in any way, it can be quite annoying, and especially on Dredge, because there's this quite steep edge in the beginning that really forces troops to spread out a lot. So yeah, the timing with the flare there and the landing is a very important aspect here. And Nong is actually doing a very good job here. She now relocated her troops into the corner and is working the core. And there's only a few cannons and a flamethrower that can hit the heavies, but there's no problem. As soon as the heavies die, the Sukas will be there and out of reach of basically everything except for the 2 boom cannons, which won't be too much of a problem, because they take forever to pick up Sukas in any way. Nong is working the core, and it's going down, and it was a super nice attack again, and also a very nice clearing attack by Stebitsky. And yeah, this way Dredge goes down every time with 2 attacks guaranteed. I think it is too dangerous in a bottleneck operation to try to solo it, because if you fail, it gets more difficult for the next person, blah blah blah. In any way, counting with 2 attacks here is the solid way to go, and yeah, it went very well. And let's check this one more attack. I think it was this one. Yes, Quantum. Medina actually used Scorchers. I don't know if he uploaded this one on his channel, but I really want to show it to you. and because it made it made me think. So I will speed it up a little bit. It really made me think, because there are a lot of rocket launchers, mortars, machine guns, and mines, but there are no cannons and boom cannons and no shock launchers. And what he's doing now really surprised me. He's flaring up his scorches, and I was thinking, what is happening? What are you doing, mate? And then he's directly flaring the core, and I was super surprised. Super surprised. And check it out. The scorchers are aligning around the core, building a half circle, and there's like a gazillion defensive buildings shooting in them, and they still have green green health bars, and it's totally crazy. And he's just flaming down the core and all the buildings shooting, and look at it, all the scorches still have a green health bar. Okay, there's only one, I think, that two that don't have a green health bar, but anyway, that really made me thinking, what the fuck? If you got maxed out scorches, can you basically just flare them to the core and go for it if there are no boom cannons and cannons? In any way, I have to investigate this more, because this might be a totally new and super nice strategic addition, or like a new, possibility we got. And in any way, that was really a crazy attack. And to finish it off, I will show you one more attack of Duggan82. He's a super solid tank player, and obviously got maxed out tanks, but I think the landing crafts are not completely maxed out yet. But in any way, he's a very strong player, and he soloed residue. And as you can see, his first move is to flare to the boom cannon and to shock them. And this definitely makes a lot of sense, because as soon as the boom cannons are gone, there are pretty much no other buildings around that can really hurt him. And then he can just, work his way through. And one more shock there. And now he's actually doing a thing that is really, I really like his style of playing the tanks, okay? Because Duggan, he just doesn't, give a shit about defensive structures. He just goes for it. It's so cool. He flares to the shock launcher, shocks it, and goes for it. Also, all the buildings are around, yeah? And I really like that style, He's just going for it, and it's working, as you can see. It's really working, and the rocket launchers, they're doing a lot of damage, but not enough, and the 2 or 3 mortar shots are also not too bad. And he's working his way through it, and yeah, by flaring directly to the shock launcher, he avoided the risk of running out of time. Because if the shock launcher, gets annoying and he gets in a bad position, he might as well run out of time. So that was actually very well played from him. And yeah, as I said, it's his tank style is really cool. I like it. And yeah, in any way, he's taking it down. I will speed it up a little bit now. And yeah, in a few seconds, we should see the nice explosions. And there we go. Everything exploding, super nice. And anyway, that was a really solid attack, and again, a really solid team effort on Bottleneck. And it actually elevated us into the top 50, into the 10-man task force top 50, or in our particular case, 9-man and 1-woman task force. And yeah, let's check the ranks right now. I think we already dropped a few ranks again, because it's a few hours later. Okay, we're still at rank 49. And yeah, we are still 10 people, the same setup as before, and it's going really well, and our teamwork is getting better and better. And I'm pretty sure that we will soon establish ourselves successfully in the top 50s, like maybe rank 40, rank 30, 35, something like that. And yeah, then go from there. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will do a Road to Glory update later on. And yeah, stay tuned for more, guys, and enjoy your day. See ya. Hey guys, welcome back. I almost forgot to show you one more super cool attack. Let's go back to Bottleneck, and now we will have the problem with the glitch again. No, not this time. I really hope that Supercell fixes this bug soon, so there we go. The attack of Terminator on K. And K had 168 force points, so it had about, I think, 44k boost on the rocket launchers, which is totally insane. And Terminator did like the most amazing, super strong tank attack there, and almost took it down in a solo. It's totally insane. And I will speed it up a little bit, because the tanks move a little bit slow. And anyway, He is working himself up the right side, and I think the main reasoning here was to get as much power cells as possible to reload the gunboat energy. And as you can see, he's working the cannons there, and it is actually very thankful because they are arranged in a cluster of 5. And they're taking down, and he's picking up all the free GBE, and the mortars can't really do much to him. Also the sniper towers, not really. He's working his way into it, and it's looking pretty good. And as you can see, he's really controlling the entire map, and there's not much that can really hurt him. And I will go down to 1 time speed now, and he now successfully positioned himself, and it's a very good position. And I mean, 1 flamethrower is now killing 1 tank, but that's alright. And that happens, and he's working the core, and as I said, this one was really beefed up in terms of building health and building damage. And as you can see, the rocket launchers are really doing a lot of damage to the tanks, but his beastie maxed out boosted tanks are just insane, and he's working the core, and it's actually looking pretty good. And 20 seconds left, and that was really a crazy attack, and it was the map that had the most force points, and he almost soloed it. And I was watching it, and I said to myself, man, Herm, that is one great attack. And as you can see, the core is almost down, and then the time runs out, and it's so unfortunate because he really deserved to take it down. And I think there were like 45k health left, so it was really, yeah, totally insane attack, and he almost took it down, and that was really great. And yeah, I had to show that to you. But now I'm actually done with that video, so I hope you liked it, and enjoy your day, guys, and see you soon.